Hello, hello. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Okay, I'm Sheena, Sheena Allen Applications. The company currently has 6 apps and have over 2 million downloads. And today I'm here to talk about the challenges, the mistakes, the lessons learned through experimentations, and pretty much how you can take that and apply it so that you can get your app or your product to the market quicker. First thing is, think a little, do a lot. I'm gonna repeat that. Think a little, do a lot. Now when I say that, I don't mean to just think of this random idea and throw it out there and hope for the best. Because when you think, the things that you're going to think about are going to be very important things. For example, you need to think about the name of your app. Are you going to name your app something that actually describes your app? Or are you going to name it some random name and you're going to build a brand around it? Think about your audience, because who your audience is going to be based on how you're going to design your app. You also want to think about, am I doing a free version? Am I doing a paid version? Am I doing a freemium version? And with that, you want to decide, am I trying to make money now or am I trying to make money later? You also want to think about what app store do you want to go into first? Are you going to do an iOS first? You doing Android first? BlackBerry first? Windows first? So once again, just because I say think a little, the things that you need to think about are very important things. But you need to do a lot. And when I say that, I mean you need to be working to get that app out ASAP. What I've found is that some people, especially larger companies with larger budgets, they want to take so much time and doing a lot of planning and doing business plans. They want to do a lot of research. And in 2014, going to 2015, let me say that social media is very, very big. So no matter how big you are, just because you have an idea, somebody out there probably has a similar idea. So while you're probably doing a lot of planning, somebody else is probably already working to get it out. And social media can be just as effective as a big budget nowadays. So don't take time. Me personally, I've taken about $1,000 in about 2 months and put out an app and I got over 100,000 downloads quick. Versus some people I know who've probably taken $50,000 in about a year and put out an app and it flopped. This was the first. I pretty much got tired of always carrying receipts around to give to my mom because I don't keep up with money at the time. I just swiped the card and it was like, I hope I don't go overdraft. And I told my roommate, I was like, I wish there was an app where I could just keep up with my receipts and my money so I can just stop having to bug my mom all the time. And at that point I went home, I opened up my computer, Microsoft Word, designed it, no clue what I was doing, and that's my first app. The rest of them usually are just random. Honestly, most of my ideas are random ideas. I like the idea and I try my goal is within 6 months of having the idea to get it out.
Have you ever used the ads on social media?
No. My social media is my own social media. What really helped me out once again was when you have certain people to use it and people see it. Other things that have helped me, once you build a brand, I'll say that, it's easier. Because we have people as an investor and say, what I learned, because I had some good people around me, was don't go to an investor if you're not ready. Don't go and say I have this great idea, because they're probably going to look at me like I'm crazy. Because I'm sure they hear that 50 million times, that I have a great idea. So I wanted to get to a point where I was able to say, I have a great idea. I can show you that I did $2 million by myself.
What are you using for your back end? Like, what a ramp up now? Do you use like cars or something like that?
Okay.
Like, when you want to wrap an app up, do you need like a back end service? Are you using stuff like cars?
I don't do any of my coding. I'm non-technical. I have a team that does all that, to be honest with you.
how did you convince those celebrities to get on board to market your app?
I was lucky. Honestly, a lot of luck. You know, some people tell you it takes a lot of luck. I was blessed with a lot of luck.
How did you find your development team?
The very first app I got done that I sent my wonderful document to in Microsoft Word was somebody I found off Guru.com. That's the very first one I ever got done. And what happens was my third one, the guy that I used, I had to go back to him. It was an error in it. And what I did was when I did my apps, I always did a contract that said the minute that you're done and the minute you get that payment, it belongs to me. And from there, I actually would take those codings and I would go and look at them myself. So I was teaching myself by getting the coding. And then I would also go to like Code Academy and learn little things. What was your question again? That is so sad.
How did you find your development?
Oh, and so the third guy, and so what happens? He had a small team. He said, you know what? How about you just let me do all your development? And I said, okay, I can get that worked out. And so from there, they just end up being my team. Now I am looking to build a team in-house now, but at the time because I was building and I didn't have a lot of money, I stuck with that one. They kind of end up being my contracted team. So that's how it works for me. One more question? I'm originally from Mississippi, which has the worst place to try to start a tech company. Let me tell you that. But I moved to Austin, Texas, and now I'm out here. So, but I'm originally from Mississippi. You probably can't tell by my accent. And,
Just one quick one. For any of your apps, have you ever had to think about, when choosing an app store, which one to go to first? Have you ever had to think about your target audience? If more of them are, I mean, there's definitely trends between Android users and iOS users, right? For any of your apps, have you ever had to give that a consideration? Whether most of your audience prefers Android versus iOS?
My first few apps I did iPhone, and I'll tell you honestly, it was because I had an iPhone. But now I actually do take the time to consider. I mean, I still look at the market, how it goes down, how many people are still buying iPhones, how many people are buying Android. So I actually do look at it now. But once again, at the end of the day, my goal is still, once I have an app or an idea, I want it out in 6 months. I want to get it out quick. Because my audience is still going to tell me what's my next direction. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming.